Your feelings are sovereign. They belong to you and no one else. The moment you let another person dictate how you should feel, you've handed over the keys to your mind. That is surrender, not strength. People will always try to pull you into their storm. They will shout, they will cry, they will accuse, and they will demand that you respond in kind. They want you to match their intensity because once you do, they have control. You are no longer thinking, you are reacting. And reaction is the language of the weak. Men of virtue will tell you this. Acknowledge the storm, but do not sink your ship in it. You can observe their anger without becoming angry. You can recognize their sadness without being dragged down into it. A calm nod, a steady gaze, and silence at the right moment carry more power than any emotional outburst. When you stay composed, when you refuse to be baited, the other person begins to realize that their tools have no effect on you. And when their tools fail, their influence fails with them. Feelings are not gifts you hand over to others. They are not proof of loyalty, or evidence of love, or debts you owe to anyone. They are weapons or shields depending on who controls them. If you give your emotions away freely, others will spend them recklessly. But if you guard them, if you learn to command them with discipline, they become your strongest line of defense. The sovereign man acknowledges the emotions of others, but he never elevates them above his own. Your state of mind is the throne you sit on. Guard it as you would guard your kingdom. Emotional intensity is a weapon, and it is used more often than most people realize. In arguments, in relationships, even in casual conversations, someone will raise their voice, sharpen their tone, or exaggerate their gestures. This is not simple expression. It is an attempt to pull you into their storm. The louder they get, the more they want you to match them. If you take the bait, you've already lost because you've allowed someone else to set the rhythm of your emotions. The truth is simple. The one who stays calm decides the outcome. Anger, shouting, and flailing energy look powerful in the moment, but they are signs of weakness disguised as strength. Anyone can explode. Anyone can shout. Few can remain still in the fire. That stillness is where real power lives. When they rage, you breathe slowly. When they demand a reaction, you stay quiet. When they push for intensity, you answer with calm. The silence unsettles them because they know they cannot move you. This is not indifference. It is discipline. The calm man reveals control, while the one who burns with anger reveals dependence. If your emotions are chained to another person's outbursts, they hold the leash. But when you remain steady, when you refuse to be dragged into their frenzy, the chain breaks. Their weapon becomes useless and their energy turns against them. Emotional intensity is only effective against those who surrender to it. Against composure, it has no power. Life will test you in ordinary ways as much as in moments of high drama. The insult of a customer, the demand of a master, the complaint of a neighbor. These are trials no less real than the shouts of an enemy across the battlefield. Most people break quickly under such pressures. They allow frustration to build, anger to control their tongue, and impatience to ruin their craft. But the man who practices Stoicism wears armor no one can pierce. The carpenter who listens quietly while a patron mocks his work, and yet continues with steady hands, will always deliver something stronger than the man who lets rage guide his tools. The locksmith who works at a stubborn lock without cursing or haste understands that control of self is as important as control of metal. The writer who endures criticism without throwing down his quill proves mastery not only over words, but over his own mind. Stoicism does not make you passive. It makes you immovable in the ways that matter. When others lash out, when the world throws petty insults or impossible demands, you remain still. That stillness becomes your strength. It allows you to endure longer, to finish what others abandon, and to carry yourself as a man untouchable in a world where everyone else bleeds too easily. People will try to hand you their burdens, and most of the time, they will do it with emotion. They will cry in front of you. They will complain endlessly. They will rage as if the world itself is against them. And the trap is subtle. If you accept every burden as your own, you drown under weight that was never meant for you. Compassion has its place, but absorption is weakness. You must learn to acknowledge what others feel without letting it become yours. When a woman weeps to pull you deeper into her storm, you may recognize her pain, but you do not have to mirror it. When a friend rages about his enemies, you may listen, but you do not need to carry his anger in your own chest. By absorbing the feelings of others, you give them the ability to wound you again and again. Strength lies in separation. Nod, observe, and understand, but remain untouched. It is not cruelty to protect yourself. It is wisdom. The man who absorbs every emotion is constantly at war, constantly exhausted. The man who acknowledges without absorbing remains steady, and because of that steadiness, he is far more capable of offering real help. You cannot lift others if you let yourself be dragged into the mud with them. Every conflict, every negotiation, every relationship has a frame, a perspective that defines what matters and who decides the rules. Most people never notice it because they are too busy reacting. They respond to insults. They chase after approval. They defend themselves when accused. And in doing so, they accept the frame of the other person they have already lost. The man who controls the frame does not rush to defend or to explain. He sets the terms quietly, often without saying a word. When someone shouts at you, the frame they create is one of chaos. If you remain calm, the frame shifts to control. When someone accuses you, the frame is one of guilt. If you refuse to justify yourself, the frame becomes one of strength. The frame is the silent battlefield where power is decided long before words are spoken. Control it, and you will always stand taller than the one who tries to pull you into their game. Let them fight in the fire while you set the walls around it. The moment you understand that every interaction is shaped by the frame, you stop playing on their terms. You create your own. Every person you meet is a test. Some will tempt you with anger, others with sorrow. Still others with affection so overwhelming it blinds you. The test is always the same. Will you keep control of yourself, or will you surrender it to them? Most fail. They are drawn into shouting matches, guilt trips, or false promises. They lose their ground because they never realized they were standing on a battlefield. When someone pushes your buttons, you must see the test for what it is. The test is not about them. It is about you. Your response determines your strength. If they throw anger at you and you remain calm, you pass. If they guilt you and you do not fold, you pass. If they try to lure you with flattery and you remain unmoved, you pass. Each moment is another trial, another chance to sharpen your armor and prove that your emotions belong to you alone. Those who master this truth do not need to seek power. Power seeks them because others sense their unshakable core. Passing the test of emotion makes you dangerous in a world where nearly everyone fails it. Every demand, every outburst, every manipulation is designed to drain you. People will use anger to exhaust you, guilt to weaken you, and constant need to keep you distracted. The one who gives away his energy freely soon has nothing left for himself. Guarding your energy means refusing to be pulled into every battle. You do not fight every provocation. You do not answer every accusation. You do not soothe every tear. Most things are noise. Let them pass. Your strength must be spent with precision, not wasted on those who feed off it. A man who guards his energy becomes untouchable. He is no longer at the mercy of those who burn themselves out in endless conflict. His power lasts, while theirs fades. Energy is life itself, and the one who protects it always outlasts the one who spends it foolishly.